Yo, what's going on, everyone? I tell you what, I am physically exhausted from all the action that happened this past weekend at CTWC Genesis X3. I actually repeat my position from last year. I got third place in silver. This time I had to play for it, though. Last time they didn't have a third place match. But because I won a game and whoever was up against JoJo didn't, that got me third place. This time I actually had to fight for it. So that was kind of cool. Got to play 4 matches. I was so mad with my qual. I only got a 600k. Like, I was expecting more, but nonetheless, I got to play some pretty cool matches. I got to play Phoenix. I got to play Arbaro. I got to play Barrett. I got to play Duke. That's a pretty cool lineup of names right there. It's pretty awesome. We're waiting on our first 2 players to join the room and do stuff, and I have a 1 sec from peak. So hang tight, and we'll get going in a moment. Got some new slides up in here as well. We got the main event CTWC slide. We got the Europe event coming up. Got Adam Irish's boss battles, of course, with the champ. And this, the Toastress Open Online, by none other than currently your favorite restreamer. Maybe only because Adam wasn't here last season, but for now, who's your favorite today? So we'll let these roll for a little bit while we get set up for our first match. Poor Arbaro, too. He lost his voice during the event. I'm sure he'll get it back. But he's been putting in so much work these last 2 weeks, doing the Washington event as well. Just a lot of cool events happening. So hang tight, I imagine we'll get started shortly. Players are filing in. Man, this is a rough camera to adjust. This YouTube guy's not gonna like me. Also, let me bring up the combined chats here so I can say hi to YouTube. Kind of a bit of a last-minute decision to run the stream a half hour early today, so it's been a little rough getting set up, but we got it figured out. Okay, so apparently Peak heard me and fixed his cam. There we go, that looks great. Minus the fact that it's about 500 bits per second, but what can you do? And Alex is AFK. So while he's AFK, let's go ahead and get started here. Get underway here. Hello, hello. How's it going? Yeah, we got... I decided to put some different color into the wall behind me to go along with the CTL colors of red, blue, and white. So I have fun playing with that thing. I should play with it more often. So we got that back there. But yeah, we had a great time at Genesis X3, and I can tell you, I'm not going to spoil it, but I can tell you that one of the players in this next matchup had a great time at Genesis X3 as well. But yeah, he's going to be taking on Peak Eric. In our first matchup, we have 3 Division 1 matches and a Division 2 match that is pretty interesting. Guafi and Tetris time. But our other Div 1 matches, if we go over here, we can see we have Critical Lapis and Sam Vaughn going to be going head-to-head in Division 1A. I did not update the playoff race spreadsheet. I don't know if it is updated, so I'm not going to show it. But yeah, this is Critical Lapis's last match of the season. He currently stands at 3-2. And would like to get some last-minute points to get in there. And this should actually be a good match. Critical Lapis and SV. I think I was looking forward to this one last season. And I don't know if they played last season, but you know, these two seem to be a pretty good match for each other. And our final matchup is going to be our El Clasico. Coal Bucket and Cobra will face for the 12th time for ELO. Cobra's been rocketing up the I don't know if it's the I don't know if he's gone up in the Premier poll, but I can tell you he has been playing a lot better as of late. So this could be a interesting matchup for sure. It's one that Cole currently has the advantage in, but only by 1 game. So that's what we got for you so far. I'll go ahead and switch this over. Oh, he's gone again. Peak Eric taking on Alex's chair. But yeah, we are ready to go. Players are getting warmed up. Let's find out from the players if we're going to get any level 19 starts or if we're just going to be plain Jane 18 today. And whether or not we're going to re-roll or increment the seed. Of course, Alex T also doing some volunteer work at Genesis X2. He did a couple of commentary slots for the DAS tournament. He couldn't make the DAS tournament, so instead he just decided to yap. And that's pretty cool when you get Alex T on comms. He ended up, I think he ended up commentating the 3rd place gold match for DAS. "18 all the way," says Peak. Alex's camera died. We'll see if we get a new one from him in a moment. Yeah, we already have a new one. Let me go ahead and bring that in. Increment. I don't think that's a word. But I think he means increment. So, Peak, if you're good with increment, well, go ahead and roll a seed. Wow. I think you need some spelling lessons. He's agreeing with 18 all the way. Peak, just let me know if you're good with increment, and I'll roll that seed, and we can get underway here. I would like to keep things moving because our one of our competitors in the final match has a time limit, and we don't want to go over that. That's fine. All right, here's your seed to start game number 1. It will be 8-3, A, 8-3, 6. And I'm going to go over to real quick to the matcherino because I want to see if you guys have done all the codes yet. We have both players ready here. Let's go ahead and get this counted down for our Division 1B matchup between the World Champ and the CTL Champ and the Genesis X3 Champ. Alex T going to take on Peak Eric. Let's get him counted down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And he is facing a different direction than when I had set this up. All right, we'll fix that. On the left, rolling out of the United States with an NTSC PB of 27,486,000. It is your reigning and defending CTL champion among other champions. It is Alex T. And on the right, he's your voice of the playoffs here at CTL. Roller out of the United States with a PB of 1,979,000. It is Peak Eric. And so far in this one, Peak is actually having a bit of an advantage to start this. But Alex trying to keep up here, but this board has got a couple of gulfs in it that he's going to want to fill in. Getting some decent pieces. Still needs one more before he's Tetris ready. And now, just looking for a bar. But there is a little bit of a drought. Alex will get a Tetris, but now Peak... Ooh, Peak almost overshifted that. But he was able to pull it back in time. Alex has taken the lead by less than a Tetris. 15,900 points. It's the difference between the players early on. Of course, Alex still in the first half of his season. He'll be halfway done after this matchup. Currently running a 2-0 record on 13 points. Looking to chase down Sidnev. There we go. OBS was doing some weird things there. I don't know how much was visible, but yeah, Alex facing the right way. You got Peak sitting there calmly. He'll get a Tetris. This is a neck-and-neck game thus far. Nice movement on that J for Peak. He'll get the Aki bar in. Now looking for the Tetris. There it is. Bang Tetris for Peak. 16,000 point lead for Alex. Just a little more than halfway through level 18, and I have to say, these are some pretty good scores. Both players 600 possible for sure. Oh, I was going to do something today. Completely forgot. But I'm pretty sure I can get it set up quickly. Alex looking to find a J to take a burn here, but there is no J forthcoming. And He's just got to take some extra burns. That does allow Peak to make up a little bit of ground here. He's actually in the real-time lead, but only because he's ahead by 3 lines. Oh, Peak missing that L to the left, but does get a bar over it. Just a little high up. He's going to lose some ground here to Alex. Alex with a series of tucks here, and he's getting them all. He's happy about that. But Peak just wants to get this board down so he can start scoring again. Peak with 2 L dependencies, gets an L and then a bar to fill the other one. Of course, that makes it a J dependency now. It's a bar, back to an L dependency. He's not happy about the pieces he's getting, though, I can tell you that. Winter, welcome into the chat, funny number ruiner. Honestly, I don't know if I'd want anyone else to have ruined the number yesterday. Or was it the first day? I think it was the first day. Oh, hang there for Peak on level 19. He's in at 508. Alex is in at 636. So a big lead all of a sudden for Alex, and Peak's board is not looking very good at the moment. He's just not getting the right pieces, and he's going to top out at 512. He's not happy at all. Alex is good for game 1. Yeah, that looked like one of my quals from yesterday. Ugh. All right, we have a ready from Peak. And there's the ready from Alex. Let's go ahead and count this down for game number 2. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. We are not on the same seed. Let's go ahead and top out. Next seed will be A5. Yeah, Peak might have done something wrong there. That's all right. We'll get it fixed, and we'll start again here in a moment. Both players ready? Let's go ahead and get started with game number 2. We'll count it down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So this is the 3rd meeting between the players, although they have not, they don't meet all that often. Even though it's their 3rd meeting, I believe their first one was about 5 years ago. And give you an idea, it was streamed by Poopy Old Hag. CTM Futures of January 2021 was their first ever meeting. Alex won that one 3-1 in the quarterfinals. They also met in Division 1A back in Season 25. Alex swept that one, won it 3-0. GG's for the 19 Tetris. Gonna be a complex series of tucks set up here for Peak. Gets the L. Now needs either a J or an S. R is good for a Tetris. There's J. Peak up high on the board here, puts that square all the way left to help with the left side, but that's going to cause several rows of burning here. And it has to do it again. But now this is looking a lot better. But you can't quite get that left side clear. It's going to become a bar dependency by Imagine. Oh, no. It did not stuff the J in there. That surprised me. Oh, my God. This is suffer for Peak right now. Can he get out of this? He needs an L. Oh, he just sticks an S in there. That was good. But what goes left? Nothing. And Alex is up 2-0. Not a good day of Tetris so far for Peak. We have a ready from Peak. It's just you. It looks fine on my end. Oh, something got changed in the room? No idea what happened. Let me refresh. Oh, you saw an 8-player seat? What? What? Okay, let me do this. See if that helps. Did that fix it? Okay, it's good now. All right. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Fortunately, fixing it was pretty easy. We have both players ready. Let's go ahead, count this down for game number 3. Alex on the verge of a sweep. Can Peak stop him? We'll find out in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And I am going to move Alex yet again. And just as a reminder, and I said I was going to do this before and I got interrupted, but we'll do it now. Here's the matcherino link. We have our prize pool for our Division 1 players currently standing at $207.50. There is literally one single solitary contribution code remaining. If you have not yet taken a contribution code, this is your last chance. This is the next person that gets it is the last person that gets it. After that, we will ask folks to kindly contribute if you enjoy what you're watching here. And that helps us encourage these players to participate and have something to play for. We're trying to get the pool to $2,000 every season. We got about, 2 weeks left in the season plus playoffs. So still ways to go. Nice dirty Tetris there for Peak. He's trying to get this board cleaned up. Alex also kind of was in a situation, but gets things burnt out pretty quickly. Another dirty Tetris setup here for Peak. And there's the Tetris. He has been keeping up with Alex. In fact, he's got it within a Tetris right now. Alex will have the lead. But it's not as big as you would think after that big dig from Peak Eric. Peak We'll get a Tetris down the right side, but we'll have to try to burn away some pieces here. Is trying to find some better pieces of this. This is kind of concerning. Alex up high in the middle of a drought, but we'll get a bar. We'll bang down a Tetris. He's got a 49,000 point lead, as we're just about at the halfway point of level 18. Alex's board is now very troubling. But he is going to work this down. Does have a bar dependency. We'll get the triple. There you go. There's the bar to the right. Bang Tetris. And Alex keeps his lead. About 70,000 points. Another Tetris for Peak. Peak with a bit of an awkward board here, but certainly resolvable. Nice delayed burn with the L spin. I like that. Gonna have to take a couple more burns here, but we'll get the right side open pretty quick. And bang Tetris for Peak. That S flat. Actually, not bad. Unfortunately, he didn't get any follow-up pieces. He is going to fix that pretty quickly with the bar. He's just not getting anything to fill out that left side. That left side is just continually a problem. You'll get a Tetris there. He's back by 110,000 points at the 100-line turn. Think about the only positive that can be taken away right now is the fact that Alex hasn't just completely taken off with the lead here. He's been having issues all game as well, but less substantial ones. Such as this one. The long bar resolves this pretty cleanly. Yeah, there you go. He'll get a bar over to the right. Bang Tetris. Another Tetris for Peak. Both players' boards back to a normal state. And just in time for level 19 as well. That is right around the corner. One more Tetris for Peak will do it. Alex has 2 in the tank. There's 1. And if that holds, it'll be a 131,000 point lead into 19. And Peak will hold his end of the bargain. As will Alex. Here we go, level 19. Is almost a 6 Tetris lead for the champ. But that will come down if they keep playing equally over time, as the amount of points you get per Tetris will continue to increase. Another Tetris for Peak. He is on level 21. Alex is looking for a bar. We'll find one there. And Peak has chopped a Tetris off the lead. But Alex is undeterred. He is continuing. Oh, nice adjustment on the square. Another Tetris for Alex. 747. He's taken off. Here in game number 3, looking to make it a sweep. Peak in the middle of a almost 30, now 30-plus piece drought here. Handling it very well thus far and gets the bar for the Tetris. Beautiful play from Peak to survive that drought. Alex also having relatively no problem with the drought. He'll bang down a Tetris. I don't know if any of you saw Ninja of Ninja's final game in the gold bracket of Genesis X3 yesterday. 65-piece drought. Absolutely ridiculous. Another Tetris for both players. 113,000 point lead for Alex. He also has 4 lines on hand. That lead is now 4.5 Tetrises. Oh boy, another drought, but Peak does manage to survive. Gets a Tetris. Is now trying to figure out how to deal with this situation. That is not a Tetris well. That is a drought, though. Ah, so many droughts this game. That will. Oh, he hangs the bar in column 7, but gets a. I think that was a J that he got over it. And this is looking dire as this is level 28. He needs a long bar and another, and he gets both of them back to back. Peak will stay alive, looking for a dirty Tetris into 29. He'll get it. Alex with a max, but it's 907 for Peak and a Tetris into 29. Here we go. Peak, who's had a bit of a awkward game. Oh, he's gonna top out at 944. And Alex gonna take it in a sweep. 3-0. That looked like a rough set for Peak, but Alex was mid-top out as well. He did not have a good transition, but he did enough on 18 and 19 to get it done. And he will be your winner. Maybe he'll come back and wave and flex. Alex, you didn't give me a flex yesterday because you were wearing like a sweater or sweatshirt or something. Can we get a flex today? Maybe? To make up for it? A flex? Maybe? No? No flex? Sad. Up next! Ref Critical Athos taking on SV. Stay tuned. What is this thing doing? This is so weird. You know, I just realized this has been playing the same song over and over. Let me fix that. All right, let me get the players in here. Got them both now. Be about a couple minutes before we get going with the next game. Meanwhile, we can ask the players if they want to do any 19 and whether or not they want increment or re-roll. Go ahead, bring the players in as soon as I update the division number. Because I never forget to do that. There they are. We have Critical Atlas on the left, SV, Sanvon on the right. Reroll is a call from SV. Let's find out if Critical Atlas is on board with that or if we're going to flip for it. And also, no 19, that's that. All right, Lapis, go ahead and give us a heads or tails. Oh, I need to put that in. You are next, Squaffy, after this one. Reroll it is. Here's your first seed. 23CB75. There we go. We have a proper queue now. I will repost the seed since I did a lot of typing after that. There's your seed 23CB75. Well, a fairly big match here for SV because should he win this, I believe he will clinch the number 2 spot. Whereas Critical Lapis really needs a win here to hang on to playoff hopes. He is in a good spot at 18 points. But Alice and ID Kirby both could potentially pass him if he does not win this match. So both players playing for something here. Playing for a shot at that prize pool, which I know will grow before the end of the season. Currently at $207.50. One coupon code remains. If I were Adam Irish, I probably wouldn't even start this match until that coupon code's claimed. But I know that you folks you'll get it done. Just someone who hasn't claimed a coupon code, they're gonna go over there right now, click that button, put us up to 207.75, and all will be right with the world. We'll just wait on the players to enter the seed and get us going. I do want to keep the show moving because we do have a time constraint. So if we could end warm-ups and go ahead and enter the seed, please, we'll get started. Lapis, please enter the seed. I'm trying to make sure we can get all 4 matches in. We do have a time constraint with our final match and don't want to go too long here. Or I'll just tell Cole to, have a talk with you. I'm kidding, of course. Looks like we're getting the seed entered in from SV. I love how players just get totally zoned in on their warm-ups. We have a ready from SV. GLHF in chat. And totally not the same song over and over. I did not know that that setting would carry over into a new playlist. I don't know why it did. Anyway, we got both players ready here. We got Critical Lapis, we got SV, and we have a Division 1A matchup. Let's go ahead and get this counted down. Game number 1. We'll start it in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. All right. Let's get these players introduced on the left. Rolling out of the United States with a PB of 2,868,000. Welcome in, Critical Lapis. And on the right, rolling out of the United Kingdom with a PB of 2,790,000. That's right. These two are about a Tetris and change apart in PB. Welcome in, Sam Vaughn. Yeah, Cole. Alex got the 3-0 over Pete. I am trying to keep things moving along so that you can still play your match with Cobra and have time for your STM. And so far, so good. You know, sweep helps. I mean, I'd like more Tetris, but today, more Tetris means probably keeping the show moving. 95,000 for SV, 76,000 here in the early going. You got cooked in STM? Oh, no. Okay, so you already did that. Okay. I think I misread the time then. No, you got plenty of time. We still got Guafi and Tetris time coming up after this. And then we will close the show with El Clasico. As it's rapidly becoming. We've seen a lot of that matchup. And it is always... It's always fun, if not anything else. And with the ELO series being 6-5 right now. Certainly looking forward to this. But we also have a banger here. These two, only the second time they've met. SV trying to get out of this dig here. That is going to allow Critical Lapis to not up the score. Like the difference right now is a double and a single. Oh, nice spin there for SV. Yeah, I saw that format that they're doing for STM. I'm sitting there thinking, you have the potential to play 35 games. That's crazy to me. I know it's like a quick mode, but that is a lot of games. We are still neck and neck, 1,900 points, a double separating the players in favor of Critical Lapis right now. Another Tetris there for SV as Critical Lapis going to have to play one row up or potentially try a column 9 well transfer, and I think that was the original plan until that Z showed up. We'll get a Tetris here and just use a T to get things back over. So 100-line turn, SV with about a Tetris and a half lead. Critical Lapis. Good looking stack here, bangs down another Tetris. SV looking for a J, also has an L dependency on the board. We'll find the L and bang down a Tetris after that. Now needs to address that left side. You can see he knows what the issue is and gonna take a burn because that T wasn't very good anywhere else. Still has a 39,000 point lead as we're barreling towards the level 19 transition. Hamster Soyo asking who is playing. See at the bottom of the screen, you will see on the left we have Critical Lapis, and on the right we have SV. And here we go, level 19. Look at these scores, 656 for SV. It was 616 for Critical Lapis. Both players getting their groove on with these scores here. The lead has come down a little bit. It's now about 16,000 points. But those burns for Critical Lapis will make it a Tetris and a half once again. Another Tetris for both. We're on level 21. A little bit of a complication for both players here as we enter a bit of a drought. SV looking for the dirty Tetris. Critical Lapis having to cover the well. It's going to be SV getting the Tetris out of that. Critical Lapis had to clear before dropping a Tetris of his own. So with that, SV will add Tetris to his lead. He's up to almost 3. Another Tetris. This is going to be a potential 24 max here for SV. And he just gets 3 long bars there. Game's easy when you get long bars. Another Tetris for both. Into level 24 we go, halfway through the level 29 speed, or 19 speeds, halfway to 29. Oh, it's going to be just shy of max out. Yeah, he's going to have to get the max on 25 at this point. If another bar shows up, 26-piece drought, both players weathering the storm. Another simultris. 1,039,000 for SV, 956 for Critical Lapis. Another Tetris for SV. He's got the 1.1 on level 27. That is threatening a 1.2 into level 29 transition. Critical Lapis will burn into the max out. Tetris for both players. Still about a 3 Tetris difference between the players. A little more than that, actually. Where is this bar for for Critical Lapis? He will take the triple, followed by the Tetris. And in we go, 1,230,000 for SV, 1,118,000 for Critical Lapis. But this board is trouble for SV, but he gets a bar over for the Tetris. Was able to open up the right side just in time. He's now up by 143,000. Critical App is set up, looking for the bar. Has to burn it down. As we are in another drought. Oh, he misdrops the bar. And this might do it here unless he can get some choice pieces, and it's not going to get him over. SV's going to hang on. And he'll take the 1-0 lead. There's the next seed, E3836. E. 29 is hard? Really? Hold on, I thought it was easy. Like, I watched those people at Genesis X3, they made it look easy. You mean it's not easy? Alright, so we'll take a couple moments here. Since I have now learned we're not under a time crunch, that's fine. Yeah, I think I just read a time wrong in the channel. I kind of still can't believe that we don't have that last contribution code out of here yet. Please, someone click that link and do the last contribution code. Please, I beg. Please. I want to see it. Let's get that out of here. Get that 25 cents in. As far as these two players go, as mentioned before, they've only played one other time. And that came over a year ago in CTM Challengers. And it was close. SV came away with the victory, but it was a decider, 3-2. All right, SV is back. And the players will be entering the new seed, E383CE, or 6E. Wow, I can't type or talk. Like on Friday when I was calling all the DAS matches, I was like very much tongue-twisted all day. It's just like some days you have that problem where you just can't get words out. We have a ready from SV. And there we go, ready from Critical Apis. So we are all set. Let's go ahead and get this counted down for game number 2. As I find the button, there it is. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. We are on the wrong seed. Let's go ahead, reset. I'll give you another seed. F1, F9, 6A. Apparently game 2 is cursed today. And we had it happen in Alex Peak too, so it's like, okay. But really, did you want to start with an S? No, you did not. We'll try to give you another piece. God, I want to open my window because it's like really warm in here, but it's supposed to rain, and I don't want to get stuff wet. All right, both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get this counted down for game number 2, take 2. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. All right, so we'll start with a Tetris each. Something's happening over on SV's side here. Apparently he's doing the Pixelandy opener. Faye remembers that from the 3rd place match yesterday. Chen, welcome in. Missed you this weekend. Either that or you were there and stalking us, and that's a little weird, but hopefully that's not what it was. By the way, I really hate to say this because, you know, Genesis X itself is an excellent event. The venue leaves quite a bit to be desired. Like, I am not a fan of the San Jose Convention Center. I've not liked it for a very long time. Before Genesis X. And that only got underscored when the volunteers got food vouchers this year, so we were able to go over to the Lone Refreshment stand and use our vouchers to purchase food. So on Friday, I decided I was going to get a cheesesteak, because I like cheesesteaks. And I bring it back over to the Tetris area, and Vince Clementi's there. He's like, hey, that looks pretty good. Let me know how it is. It's like, okay, sure. So I have it, I eat it, and it's, well, I'll describe it the way I described it to Vince. It was probably good when it was made. Uh-oh. Keep playing, please. Do not top out. We'll try to get our competitor back. If this goes too long, though, okay, we're fine. Yeah, Lapis like that joke. Unfortunately, the joke was on me because the cheesesteak was terrible. I mean, it was, the bread was, like, hard. Like, not crusty, but, like, just, it's clearly been sitting around for a while. And it had this weird mayo on it. It's like, who the hell puts mayo on a cheesesteak? I don't know. It's like, I know some people do, but for a general choice, it was awkward. So the next day I was like, okay, I'm just going to go with something simple. You cannot, absolutely cannot mess up chicken tenders. And I was right. The chicken tenders were good. The fries were about as warm as the Gatorades that were refrigerated. So yeah. Not a good experience in terms of food. I really want to start seeing tournaments give players more time to do stuff like eat. That's like my only complaint about the events that get ran. Like, when I went to CTW, that had a pretty good cadence. 475 for SV, 424 for Critical Lapis here as we are moving along. Pretty good scores. Last year, the meatball and pasta was all right. Okay, they did not have that this year. They had the chicken teriyaki thing on the day that they had the cheesesteak. I probably would have been better off with that, but I didn't know. I was like, I saw cheesesteak. I'm like, okay, I like cheesesteaks. Let's get one. And yeah, that did not work out well. SV with a column 2 here. Oh, and covers well as the bar shows up. Still trying to work this column 2. Finally gets a bar down for a Tetris. It's going to have to go into 19. Working on an odd column here. Finally, we'll get that column 2. I guess column 2 is technically an even column. But you know what I mean. He'll get it back over to the right, though. 606 for SV, 549 for Critical Lapis. Another Tetris for SV. Critical Lapis will follow suit. He's backed by 2 Tetrises currently. And really the difference in game 1 was level 19. Just SV had a better time on 19. See if that repeats or if Critical Lapis can get the scoring going. Of course, Tetris time will be in the next match. Trying to get his first victory over Guafi. At least for Elo. But I have a feeling Guafi's not going to go quietly. He's going to put up a challenge. Bit of a complication here for Critical Lapis on level 23. It's going to slow down his scoring a bit, but SV having a similar issue. And bang Tetris for Critical Lapis, who, if he can get a bar here, is going to cut the lead to under 2 Tetrises. So, Critical Lapis getting the better of that for sure. Ooh, that is not a Vitz. That is a Tetris, though. And SV will get that cleaned up quickly. Where is the bar here? We are entering a drought here on level 25. Bar shows up. Tetris for both. Another Tetris there. SV looking for a bar. SV having to take a burn. Finally, a bar shows up for the Tetris. Critical Lapis with another one. Max out for SV into 27. Critical Lapis will have to do it into or on 28. Ooh. An early shift. Fortunately, he gets it uncovered, but now he's battling with bad parity. He gets that fixed quickly, too. Well, bang down to Tetris, 993. SV wanting to get this cleaned up before transition, and will do so. Looking for one final bar to get the Tetris in, but Critical Lapis goes in first at 1,065,000. SV's in at 1,053,000. That was a scary transition for SV, but he makes it work, is ready for a Tetris and bangs it down 1.1. Critical Lapis set up, looking for the bar. He'll bang down a Tetris. Lead is going back and forth right now. Tetris for SV, who'll take it back. SV trying to get the board down. Critical Lapis will set up and get the Tetris. He's got the lead back. He's setting up in column 7 here, looking for a bar, but he's going to have to burn it down because these pieces are starting to cause a problem, especially considering the fact we're in the middle of a big drought. 29 pieces there. SV already past that drought. He'll get a Tetris. He's got 1,216, 1,205, another Tetris for SV. And SV is applying pressure, and Critical Lapis is not going to be able to answer back. SV is up 2-0. Okay, that was a fun 29. When it's going back and forth like that and the lead is just changing every Tetris, that's kind of fun. Love seeing that. SV's going to play this out. And as SV wins this next game, he will clinch that number 2 spot. It looks like that he can't quite clinch with the 3-1. Because ID Kirby still has the potential to run the table and get up to that point total. All right, let's give him the seed. Here we go. Nice kill screen there for SV, 1,475,000 to finish that out. But game number 3 is around the corner. C6 2B 1-6. And we have a ready from Critical Lapis. Lapis is really going to want to get some wins in this matchup. We'll see if he'll be able to do it here in Game 3. We have both players ready. We'll go ahead and count it down. Game number 3. Can SV sweep, or will Critical Lapis bring this back? We'll find out in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So yeah, the current situation right now is Critical Lapis has 18. It's currently 3rd place, with only 2 players able to overtake him. Those players are Alice, who has a final matchup against ID Kirby, and ID Kirby, who has to take on Alice, Akatu, and Blue Scooty. Awkward starts for both players here. SV is able to get 2 Tetrises out of it, but now has some burning to do. Big column 5 attempt here. There's a dirty Tetris. I saw the vision for what SV was trying to do there. Didn't quite work out. It was a pretty good attempt. And now, Critical Lapis right back in this. He's back by a Tetris. Oh, nice setup for SV there with the overhang. trying to keep up the efficiency here. But these pieces not being kind, he just puts the well back over to the right. That'll make this board a little more accessible to him. He'll get a Tetris. 149 for SV, 130 for Critical Lapis here in the early goings. SV playing 4 rows off the bottom here. He'll get a Tetris. Far down the right, another Tetris. Ooh, misdrop of the Z there. But he spin tucks the T into place. That was a crucial spin tuck there. But both players kind of running into their own jams here. Good JD spin for SV. And still trying to play 4 rows up, but there is no bar. Finally, it shows. There's the Tetris. And Critical Lapis not getting the pieces he wants here. And these are not good S's and Z's. This has not been a good weekend for S's and Z's. Finally, I'll get the bar down for the Tetris. Critical Lapis does have the lead, 262 to 247. And while he's not down to the bottom yet, he does have the better board. However, SV will bang down a Tetris here. That was 6 rows off the bottom. Oh, he is setting up again. Oh, nope, just burns it down. Great delayed burn on the J there. And Critical Lapis is back down to the bottom, so this is not the situation that SV wants to find himself in here. Because this means that Critical Lapis can just start scoring. Like, there is so much potential to take a huge lead here. But look at this. Again, 6 rows up. Dirty Tetris for SV. He knows he's got to keep some kind of pressure on. But now he's got to start thinking of transition. He's been in this endless burn for like the last 50 lines. Gotta find a way to get this board down. Or do something like this. Going for a dirty left well. And there's the bar. Left well Tetris. SV trying to be as efficient as possible in this downstack. He's into level 19 at 350. That's a suffer game at Div 1 if I've ever heard one. Oh, Critical Lapis with a misdrop at the top of the board. We'll get a T-spin to help out. Gonna drop a Tetris. And he's gonna have a 6-digit transition lead too. SV has cleaned the board. It's finally back down to the bottom and is looking good to start scoring here. 484 on the transition for Critical Lapis. That is more than 130,000 points in the lead into 19. The current real-time lead is 78,000, but that's because SV is ahead by 11 lines. So Critical Lapis with a real shot here. If he can stay clean and keep scoring, he will be well ahead. Another Tetris for both players. 618 for Critical Lapis, 591 for SV, 12 lines of difference. Look at how close it is right now, 140 points. SV using the bar to resolve the left well dependency. Now waiting on another one for a Tetris. Is not finding one here. Finally one shows up. There's a Tetris. 670 into 25. Critical App is doing a very good job of avoiding the dependency there, but there's still no bar coming. He goes in at 798. So still maintaining a pretty healthy lead in pace. As we're rapidly approaching level 29 on SV's side. He has another Tetris. He's ahead by 320 points real time, but also ahead by 18 lines. Another Tetris for SV. Critical Lapis looking for a bar. Not finding the bar. Has to cover the well twice. We'll get that right side open enough to try to burn this out from the roof, but Ace is not being kind. SV in 957, sorry. This board for Critical Lapis is, well, critical. This is not good. Level 29 right around the corner. Good roll on that L, but, well, this is going to be a high board into transition. Here we go, level 29. He gets the bar over for the Tetris. SV has the lead by 112,000. That burn for Critical Lapis cost him the lead. He had a big one too, like 130,000 points. But he is banging down Tetrises here in post. Oop, bit of a misdrop there. He's gonna have to try to deal with that. Gets the bar over to the left first, or right first, and then to the left. Please ignore the dyslexia. We're already halfway through the 29 speeds for SV. He's got 1,105,000. Oh, we need a bar now. Oh no! Critical Lapis covering the well just as the bar shows up, and it is going to be a sweep for SV, who's going to move to 5-0 on the season. And somehow still in control of his own destiny with Blue Scooty. He would have to sweep Scooty, assuming Scooty sweeps his last opponent. Scooty hasn't dropped a game this season. Another Tetris for SV. Yeah, the games certainly weren't bad. That last one, it looked like you were on pace to get some really good numbers up, and then 26, 27, 28 happened. Another super kill screen for SV. That is 2 this set. And there is your winner. SV goes to 5-0, tying himself with Blue Scooty at 28 points. All right. Up next, we have Coffee. We have Tetris time. Stay tuned for more Tetris. Oh no, that was, I don't think, was it 370? I thought it was 350. It was a suffer game on 18 for sure. But she brought it back for. Oops, not ready yet. Yeah, thanks for playing, SV. Pleasure as always. Let's see if we are done. Nope, still got a minute left on the ads. This is about the fastest changeover I've ever had for a CTL match. These two are on the ball. Tetris time, just as a note, your camera is way out of focus. If it's just like that, then that's fine, but figure I'd let you know. All right, welcome on back to CTL Sunday Primetime. We got two more matches for you today. We have a pretty fun Division 2 matchup as Guafi's going to take on Tetris Time, and then we are going to close out with one I know I'm looking forward to, Coal Bucket taking on Cobra. Let's take a quick look at the Division 1. Oh, not that. This one, the playoff race, the Division 1 playoff race. Currently, Blue Scooty is on top with 28 points. He has 2 games left. Sidnev in the number 2 spot, 3-1 at 21. But she only has 2 left. Could possibly be taken over by Alex T and maybe even Cobra if he continues to play well. But as far as the things that happened today, SV, with his win, moved himself into a tie with Blue Scooty, is currently 5-0, but also has 28 points. So he's lost 7 games compared to Blue Scooty's 0. But if SV can sweep Scooty, it doesn't matter what Scooty does in his final match. But sweeping Scooty, easier said than done. SV, 5-0. Alex T won his match earlier in a sweep. He's got 20 points on the season and is looking good. Only reason it's behind Sidnev is because she's played an extra game and did not lose any games in any of her 3 wins. Actually, that may not be true. I think she won something in her loss that got her to 21. So either way, Alex T's in the driver's seat there. Critical Lapis will end the season on 3-3 with 18 points. He is currently in third, but the good news for him is that there's only 2 people that can catch him. First one, the more immediate threat, is Alice. Alice has to play ID Kirby in her final match. And if she manages to win, she will vault over Critical Lapis. And if that happens, then it's wildcard chances that Critical Lapis has to worry about. The other player that can leapfrog him is ID Kirby. Now, ID Kirby would need 13 points to do that, and he has to play Blue Scooty. So that's not saying that Kirby can't beat Blue Scooty, because, you know, Kirby beat Andy in the playoffs last season. So, I mean, anything can happen here. These players are all very talented, and just because they're 0-3 doesn't mean that they're not going to be able to take out a top player. So that's where all that stands. But now we go down to Division 2, where these 2 former Division 1 players are going to go at it. And with this being Division 2, well, it's 18 increments, sad to say. 8-7 F3 C8. What's this re-roll in Division 2? Come on. Only Div 1 players could make the restreamer do extra work. Although, given your record, you probably will be one shortly. How many promotions? There's 2 promotion spots. That's wild. Oh, because it's only 1 division. Right. We have a ready from Guafi. Tetris Time's not out of it either. We'll talk about scenarios in a bit here, because most of the season is done. This is actually a bigger match for Tetris Time than it is for Guafi. Both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get them counted down for game number 1 of the Division 2 matchup between Guafi and Tetris Time. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And we are underway. On the left, a roller out of the United States with a PB of 2,960,000. Welcome in, Guafi. Playing in the dark today. Normally he's got a light in there. And over on the right, roller out of the United States with a PB of 5,427,000. Welcome in, Tetris Time. And so far, no burns. Not a whole lot to talk about when no burning is happening. 5 in a row for Guafi. Bit of a gulf in columns 8 and 9 here for Tetris Time. That's going to make him do some burns here. Flattens out the board and we'll set up for Tetris. And there's Tetris. Guafi with his first burn. Another Tetris there. Missed the square up top for Guafi, but that's a fairly common and benign misdrop for most players of this caliber. Nice adjustment on the L there for Guafi. Another Tetris there, 186 to 186. That was not of its, so it's not nice, and you don't get a golf clap. Another Tetris for both players, as it is a 380-point difference. Yeah, I don't know. Normally he normally has a light on, whether it's red or blue. Just depends on his mood, I guess. Another Tetris. This has been a nice game thus far. 329 for Tetris time, 307 for Guafi at the half. Looking at a pair of potential 600,000 transitions. I will also point this out. This is a... Well, actually, hold on. I think one of these scores is wrong. Let me check real quick. Yeah, SV's PB is not 2 million. It is in the spreadsheet for some reason, on the leaderboard spreadsheet. So he probably just hasn't submitted it. I wonder if Fandy's giving him crap for that. Because Vandy uses the spreadsheet for his PBs. At least he used to. I don't know if he still does. So if the spreadsheet is wrong, then you might get some fake news. 100-line turn for Tetris time. He's got 492 and a whole bunch of tucks and spins to resolve here, and he gets them. Oh no! He would have gotten them all if he didn't double flip the S. He's trying to figure out how to get out of this, and it's not happening easily. Now Tetris time scrambling towards the top after that misdrop. And this could be trouble here. Oh, the square doesn't go over. That's not benign right now. I think it's far over for the Tetris, though, and that will help. Guafi will take advantage. He's got the lead. Very close call for Tetris time, but he is alive and well. And he'd be a lot better off if there was a bar. Finally, one shows up. He'll get a 541 into 19. Guafi threatening a potential 650 here. Of course, remember that drought that Tetris time had? Hey, it's here for Guafi. He'll get the bar over for the Tetris. And he'll just single in at 636. So Guafi with the advantage here. Bit of a hung L there for Guafi. And both players kind of getting into a little bit of a dig here. It's currently an 85,000 point lead for Guafi. Tetris time, though, he's not called... Oh, he did not go for the Tetris there. I am shocked. I guess he is called burn time. And some real good discipline, too. Like, that is... That might have been a Tetris I'd go for. But no, he's got this back to the bottom, as does Guafi. If you reset things, Guafi has the lead, 27,000 points, and is behind by 15 lines. So that is actually a pretty huge pace advantage for Guafi. Another Tetris for Guafi. And there is one for Tetris time. Tetris time on level 26. Trying to figure out how to get out of this quickly. We'll get some pretty good pieces there. And again, not going for a high dirty Tetris. Feel like asking, who are you and what have you done with Tetris time? You'll get a bar over to the right for a Tetris. And there's another one. He's approaching level 29. And he is set up, looking for the bar. Tetris max out into 29, 1,013,000 adds another one. Guafi waiting on a bar here. We'll get the bar for the max out on 27. But Tetris time starting to build up a lead here since he is on the level 19 speeds. He's got the 1.1. And here we go, level 19 for Guafi, 1,077,000. That is a 64,000 point lead at the level 29 transition for the co-leader of Division 2. This board is kind of starting to climb for Tetris time. Gets that T over, but now is dependent on the right, and that was not what he wanted to see. He needs that 5-tap. He's not going to get it. Guafi is good for game number 1. Oh yeah, you were ahead. All right, we'll increment the seed 9/8. Tetris time doing the time-honored tradition of warming up between games. And we have both players ready. Let's go ahead and get them counted down for game number 2. Go ahead and get started. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And we'll top out. Well, if Guafi's seed was entered the way he typed it, he's right. Tetris time, go ahead and top it out. We have a seed issue. And this is now the 3rd consecutive match where Game 2 has had a miss seed entry. I don't know how we're doing it, but it's been all 3 matches so far. Oh, you did. You typed it in right, but you didn't have it in. That's funny. The downfall of NTC is no SPS checker. I mean, I could check it, but it's multiple clicks, and I'm lazy. Both players are ready. Let's go ahead and count them down for game number 2. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And we have a blur on the right side, but sure, that's fine. We know it's a... These two have met 2 other times. I mentioned that they were former Division 1 players. Well, that's where they first met. It was in Division 1A back in January of 25, Season 28. Guafi took it in the decider. They'd meet again a couple months later in the March Masters event. And that time, Guafi would fare a bit better, taking it 3-1. So, Tetris Time has not been able to defeat Guafi yet. He'll be looking for his first win here today because he kind of needs it. I mentioned that this match was far more important for Tetris Time than it is for Guafi. It's still important for Guafi. But Tetris Time is trying to fight off, at the very least, Somalian and Doodle. I think Crab has a slight chance. No, because he lost to Tetris Time, so Crab not going to be able to get up there. So Tetris Time really needs to stay ahead of Somalian Doodle here. If he can get to 31 points, which would be a win in this match, or 4 game wins over the next 3 matches, then he will clinch the number 3 spot. Guafi is in a much different situation. He entered this game the co-leader of Division 2 at a 6-0 record with 38 points. He leads the division alongside Silly Shark, who, Silly Shark really came out of nowhere? No, he didn't really come out of nowhere, but you know, he's been around for a while. And just recently has really started to put up some impressive numbers in his matches. Guafi would like to stay ahead of Silly Shark. And if he gets a sweep here, he's going to basically put the ball in Silly Shark's court, making him try to get a similar win against Tetris Time, as those two have yet to fight. Top 2 players in Division 2 will be automatically promoted to Division 1. 3rd and 4th will get the relegation playoff spot. We're halfway through level 18, 291 for Guafi, 275 for Tetris Time. To give you an idea where that stands, Tetris Time currently is the number 3 player at 27 points and has a very good chance of getting that 3rd spot outright. The contenders for the number 4 spot will include Somalian, Toby, Doodle, and I guess Crab Rangoon, and Alejo still has a shot technically, but it is a small one. I think Alejo's more worried about not getting relegated at this point. No auto relegation spots in Div 2 this season. You do have to play to keep your spot. Cold Bucket says, I only just realized Guafi actually has a cam. I know. It's like his lighting is not there today. Normally he's got like a red or a blue light. I saw him turn it on for a moment while I was setting the players up, but he didn't keep it on. Well, like I said, I mean, that could just come down to how players are feeling, you know? Oh, that square is not feeling very good. Needs a bar. Oh, but he covers up the well, and oh, that was... Oh, man, getting some good pieces here after some unfortunate wrong guesses on placements. Yes, this is Div 2. Why do you ask? Because it totally says division. Hold on. Where is it? It says division. Where the hell is it? Maybe that's why it doesn't say it. Yeah, see, it says Division 2 at the bottom. Div 2. There you go. Level 19. Wait, what is going on here? This is not level 19. What is happening? That was weird. Let me see what's going on with calibration. Tetris time getting into a little bit of trouble here. Needs a bar. Is not getting it. Nice burn, though. Oh, that was fantastic. Very nice. Yeah, it's Division 2. It's fine. And it was totally Mr. Genesis playing the DAS tournament on Friday. Another Tetris for Tetris time. He trails by 102,000 points as we enter level 22. No big line disparities this time. As again, we're entering another short drought here. Both players will get out of it with the Tetris. Still a 99,000 point lead for Guafi. Tetris time with the bar dependency on the left. He just plugs it with a J. Doesn't even wait. And these pieces are not falling very well for Tetris time. And on top of it, he missed a spin there. Still trying to get this board under control. We'll get that piece over. This is trouble. He gets another bar over. Good timing, too, because that was a bar dependency he had just made. But Guafi is not letting up here. 205,000 point lead here on level 26 as we're approaching the end of the 19 speeds. Tetris time going to play one row off the bottom. We'll see how long he does that, because level 29 is pretty close. Where's the bar? Another drought here. Finally, the bar shows up. There's the Tetris. And here we go. Level 29 coming up. There's the Tetris for Guafi. He has one more. He's got a max out. Tetris time is in at 821. Guafi will go in at 1,049,000, a 200,000 point lead. And he's just piling on the points. Another Tetris. Oh, that's a missed 5-tap for Tetris time, but he makes up for it with a long bar. Oh, but this is trouble. He's not going to get that over. That's going to be it. Guafi takes a 2-0 lead. One time I need a Z. One time you need the Z, but the pieces were wide awake. Next seed will be BA. Ah. Coffee getting the lotion going there. Ever ready from Tetris time. He's going to be looking for a better game than that last one, I can tell you that. And there's the ready from Coffee. Let's go ahead and count this down for game number 3. Coffee on the verge of a sweep. See if you can make it happen in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. The first 2 matches were both sweeps, and this one has the potential. Tetris time is really going to want to try to pull this one out, though. As I mentioned, this match is bigger for Tetris time than it is for Coffee. Top of the board for both players here. What is this early drought? Coffee piling pieces over on the right. Finally, a bar shows up. Tetris time. Gets the Tetris. Coffee still digging. Ignore that counter in the lower left corner. It is extremely wrong. Oh no! Coffee is not going to be able to survive that. Tetris time takes 1. Tetris time can't believe it. He's like, what just happened? In the business, we call that an S-hang. Well, we'll move to CB. Just gonna have to put that one behind us. And both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get this counted down. Game number 4. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. We'll talk about what? Oh, we're talking about something? And again, we're starting off the game with a drought, but Tetris time's got other problems. It's gonna have to work on getting this down. This is a little scary. Gets that bar dependency taken care of. And this should clean things up. Just needs the J. There's the J. So, checking out the damage. 58,000 point lead for Coffee early. Certainly not what Tetris time was looking for. Tetris for Tetris time. He's got a cleaner board than Guafi does at the moment, but Guafi's going to play 1 row up to try to keep the pressure on. He has a 1 Tetris lead. Tetris time getting to a little bit of a spot here. That square's perfect. Looking some really nice pieces to resolve that situation. Bar down Tetris, but Coffee will go up another Tetris in pace here. Another Tetris there. $250 for Guafi, $228 for Tetris time. Guafi's been playing one row up for most of this game. Ooh, nice 5-tap there. But there are no good pieces coming for Guafi. Oh, very nice burns there. It does make bar dependency, but I don't think he can deal with that on his own time at this point. But this is going to allow Tetris time to get back into the game. That's a misdrop there. S-piece made it into a bad spot. Tetris time is going to clear that out right here. SV asking why is Guafi on the neither. Feels like it. And there's another Tetris. 354 for Tetris time. 295 for the monster in the dark. Saw him screaming a second ago at something. Maybe SV, I don't know. Looking for that center well once again. No bars coming. More red numbers filling your screen. This is ridiculous. He's now unable to score a Tetris with a bar and only get a triple. Another Tetris for Tetris time. He is up by 113,000. 5 Tetris lead. Yet another drought showing 22 this time. We're just about ready to hit level 19. Tetris time with a pretty healthy lead here. Guafi is in at 396. Tetris time in at 512. So 120,000 point lead for Tetris time. He'll get a Tetris there. Hole in the stack for Guafi means that's not going to be a Tetris, but he is going to burn this down and finally uncover that hole in row 1 that has been there since practically the beginning of the game. Yeah, this seed is not great bar-wise. Yeah, let's see how bad it is. Yeah, bars are the second lowest at 53. Only J's are lower. Another Tetris for Tetris time. He's got an 87,000 point lead. Guafi cutting into that a little bit. Double bar dependency for Tetris time. He needs one of them very soon. He just covers up the right side. Oh, the double flip. And now this is trouble. Needs a bar left. We'll get it. It clears absolutely nothing. But Tetris time manages it just fine. He's still got a 61,000 point lead here as we enter level 25. Another Tetris for Tetris time. Oh, man. That's a rough... Oh, but those bars are perfect. And good vision on that Z as well. But Guafi is just pushing to get this lead. Another Tetris for Tetris time. Both players having to do some maintenance here. Tetris time is ready to go. He'll bang down another Tetris. 877, Guafi at 765. Tetris time pulling away. Level 29 right around the corner. Oh, yes. A long bar hits. Another Tetris for Guafi. Tetris time is in trouble. Top of the board, 7 lines to transition. He does have the lead. But what is going to happen here? Here we go, level 29, 895. Trying to bring this down. Oh my god, perfect burn there. And he's got the right side open. Bang, Tetris for Tetris time. Even he's surprised. 950 to 896. A Tetris for Guafi puts it within 1. And there it is, lead for Guafi. 971 to 956. Tetris for Tetris time. We're now going back and forth. Tetris for Guafi. Tetris time had to burn it down. There's a couple misdrops there, but he's all right. Nice tuck. Guafi with a 39,000 point lead. Tetrises are around 40,000 right now. Tetris time gets it cleaned up. Guafi trying to work through some traffic here. Oh, Tetris time misses a 5-tap. He needs something left. And it's not gonna go! And that's gonna do it. Guafi wins it 3-1. And if I'm not mistaken, this means he punches his ticket to Division 1. Play this out. Yeah, he'll move to 44 points. The only player that can catch him is Silly Shark. And even if he does, he's still in the automatic promotion spot. No, it does not guarantee Silly Shark going. Tetris time is currently at 28 points. He could make as many as 42. Silly Shark is currently at 38. So Silly Shark is not guaranteed an automatic promotion yet. He does at least have a playoff promotion clinched. But for now, look who's going back to Division 1. It's Guafi. GG's. Bye, Tetris time. Up next! He waved at the camera. A little bit of an El Clasico forming here between Cold Bucket and Cobra. Stay tuned. Division 1B. Got it. Also, we don't come back from break if we don't get that last coupon code. No Tetris unless we get coupon code number 50 redeemed. Get that done. Do it. Do it now. Or I'll sick the king on you. What do you mean someone beat you? There's still one code left. Get over there. Is it doing that again? Okay, I will fix that. Thanks, Cole. Thankfully, that is an easy fix, but it's just really weird that it does that. I don't know why. Let me find where to fix that. I know I can. There it is. Players, can you confirm whether or not your room looks normal? I mean, I could probably go in and look, but... That did not work, okay. Alright, I'm gonna have to talk to Yobi about that then. I guess I'll go into the room admin and check it out myself. That's not what I was expecting. Well, whatever. Sure, use that. Okay, room looks fine now, right? Okay, so now that I can see the room, let me try and get this working. Yeah, sure, whatever. No, it's not working. What the hell? And players equals 2? Does that work? Nope, does not work. Alright, I just won't use it. Love that. Oh, hold on. Actually, no, I can get it to work. Okay, please confirm the room looks normal now. It's still showing. What? I'm in there. It's not showing anything. Let me play around really quick. We'll be ready in a second. Just want to make sure that this works. Oh, it is showing everything. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, it should be fine now. Just in case it's not, I'm going to do that. And let's get Cole back in the room, and we can get going. We're ready to rock. Cole Bucket on the left. Cobra on the right. Cobra's been having himself a pretty nice season so far. Currently sitting in the number 6 seed, 2-2, 14 points with 2 matches remaining. And Cole halfway through his season, currently 2-1 at 12 points. So Cole could be looking to get into the top 6, at least for now, with a big win against his rival, Cobra. Cole says this is going to be good. I mean, I hope so. Cobra's last match will be against Hydrant. Hydrant currently also sitting in a pretty good spot at 2-2, so the middle of the pack here in Division 1B is kind of muddy at the moment, and this match will clarify a little bit of it. Cole still has to play Alex T, who Cobra did play and did take a game off of, and then also has to play Hydrant. So Hydrant's last 2 matches against Cole and Cobra. Winter still has to play Alex T and Pink Eric. And Pink still has to play Wintera and Sidnev. Yep, just win one and lose one by the same amount, and you got the standard in Division 1. There you go. Let's find out if we're going to do any 19, and if we're going to increment or re-roll the seed. Cobra says, good luck today, Cole, but not tomorrow or yesterday. Only today. 18 increments. No 19. Incremented is CE48C2 is the seed. We are, I know, right? Waffy wanted to re-roll, and I'm like, I don't give you that option in Div 2. And the Waffy was like, well, then fine, I'll just go to Div 1. Seed coping. We are just about ready here. We have a ready from Cole. There's a good luck from Cole as well. Random question, how you determine which player's on which side? Alphabetical order. The same way that Kingsman puts the matches up. Both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get this counted down for game number 1 for El Clasico, Coal Bucket and Cobra in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Let's go ahead and introduce the players, because even though they're no stranger to each other, you may not know them. On the left, rolling out of the United States with a PB of 5,452,000. Welcome in, Cole. Let me see if that's up to date, too. Yeah. On the right, also rolling out of the United States, he's got a PB that I listed at 3 million because that's what's on the spreadsheet, but it's actually 5,280,000. Welcome in, Cobra. Enough talk about players not updating the spreadsheet with their PBs. Right now, we have a pretty hot start for these two. Cobra with the 1 pushdown point. That's his only scoring other than Tetris's up until right now. Yeah, the whole who goes on what side thing, like, everybody gets so upset that Blue Scooty mostly is on the left side. But I just put up there the order that Kingsman puts it up there, and I know he does it alphabetically. The only time I don't do that is when there's a back-to-back, and Kingsman's got the players switching sides. The problem with that is I'm lazy. And I'm not going to switch sides. I'm just going to put the new person in and leave the other one alone. 167 to 166. But Cole with some issues on the stack, but gets some very nice pieces to clean that up. Wow. Upside down J, making sure that he can get that burn. Then spun out of a cleanup. And didn't get the piece afterwards, so. Cobra with the lead, 197 to 176. Didn't quite get the J all the way to the left, but doesn't matter. The next one goes. And he'll start playing 1 row up. So less than a Tetris lead for Cobra. We're halfway through level 18, 292 for Cobra, 251 for Cole. Cobra getting into a little bit of a spot here, but gonna have to figure out how to get rid of that hole in column 9. He's gonna take a lot of burns to do it too. Makes a bar dependency on the left there. Really gambling on good pieces. And he hangs the bar in column 2, but the next one goes over. But he needs another one in column 1. And there it goes. Ooh, that was close. But these pieces not being friendly. Cobra is in trouble. He's got the right side open again, but where's the bar? There's no bar. He covers again. Now a hole in column 8. Having trouble. Oh no! A Phantom Bird for Cobra. He's still alive, but he's not going to get the bar over, and that's going to do it. Cole takes a 1-0 lead. And Cobra clearly not happy with that Phantom Burn there. So go ahead and increment the seed to DF. Now, players, I really want you to focus on entering the seed for game number 2 correctly. Because we're on our 4th match. And so far we've had to restart game 2 every match today because we're off seed. DF48C2. Oh no. Alright, I'm gonna have to police this. Rip the no pre-29 top streak. Yeah. Alright. Both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get this counted down. As soon as I figure out what I did with the thing. There it is. Game number 2. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yes, Tetris. Tetris. Oh, God. Okay. I'm done. I'm done. I'm out. Bye. I can't. I just can't. Go ahead, top it out. You memers. Who did it? It was Cole, wasn't it? Yep, he made it E2 instead of C2. GG. You did it. E048C as in Charlie 2. 4 for 4. That's amazing. Granted, the last one was a bit of a meme, but I mean, even getting to 3 for 3 is kind of like, what? There you go. E048C2. We have 2 ready. So let's go ahead and count this down for game number 2. And we'll go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And there you have it. Same pieces, including that early bar. Cole with an early 1-0 lead on an unfortunate series of events that transpired for Cobra. I'll be looking to try to avoid that for game number 2. Yeah, I mentioned this is kind of a bit of an El Clasico. We've been seeing this matchup quite a bit, both for ELO and not. And if this spreadsheet would work, I could tell you all about their history. As they played 4 times in Tetris for the non-pros over the course of 2022. Cobra winning 3 of those. 2 in sweeps, 1 in a decider. Cole also taking a decider. They would play on some ELO battle show on Colin's channel. Cole would win at a decider there, 3-2. Then they'd play in CT Gauntlet in 2024. Cole getting the sweep, 3-0. But later that year in CTM Challengers, Cobra would return the favor, 3-0. Then last time they met in Division 1 was in the first time they met in Division 1 was this season 27, where Cobra got a 3-2 win over Cole. Cole would take a 3-1 win over Cobra over on Tyler's channel. And then their last two matches were both in Division 1A. Season 29, Cole winning it in Decider, and Season 31, winning it in a sweep. So Cole has a 6-5 record over Cobra. Yeah, and their friendlies match. They have been on friendlies 4 times and also fought in STM. Cobra leads that series 3-2. Right now, Cole is leading this game 324 to 262. Cobra will add a Tetris, and that lead there is the actual lead. Another Tetris for Cobra as Cole gonna have to burn away. Ooh, what? I am not sure what that was. Gets a double tuck, though. Yeah, he had a clean way out of that, but I don't know if he just lost grip on the controller, or if he had an idea for something else or read the board wrong. Could be a number of things. Either way, that has made this a very close match. Neck and neck, you might say. As both players are burning here through this drought. Tetris for Cobra. And Cobra now coming out to a 2 Tetris lead as Cole setting up a column 8. Where's the bar? There it is. Tetris down column 8. And he's going to try a column 3 now. Get your bingo cards out. We're getting Tetrises everywhere. Nice adjustment for the T. $5.17 for Cobra, $4.25 for Cole. Pretty good lead for Cobra right now. And so far, Cobra has really shaken off that first game well. Nice tucks there from Cobra. He'll get the bar down the right side for a Tetris. 565, still 3 Tetrises to go. Looking at a good mid-600 transition at this rate. And it'll take some burns. And yeah, this is going to lower his transition a little bit. But Cobra still going to be ahead of Cole. Cole going in at 543. As Cobra is trying some shenanigans just before level 19. It's just going to burn in at 597. That's going to give Cole an opportunity to get this match a little closer. Cobra gets a bar at just the perfect time at the end of that drought. Ooh, misses the bar left, though. Needs a bar. Oh, this is a little frightening right now. Let's get the bar over for the double. We'll get another one over for a single. And now it's trying to open up the well in column 8 for a dirty Tetris. Where's the bar? Oh no, that misdrop on the left, but he does get the bar for the Tetris. He's going to bring it down further before attempting a bar left. That's assuming a bar shows. There's one. 687 for Cole in the lead. 682 for Cobra. Cobra decide not to set up there. Let's get this board all the way to the bottom. That's one of the things about Cobra's playstyle is he tends to go safe in those situations rather than aggressive. But now is in the middle of another drought here. There have been a lot of droughts this game. This one just keeps going. Of course, I think his drought counter is also off, but that one for Cole looked pretty real. Level 26 for Cole, and Cobra will join him. 842 for Cole, 754 for Cobra. A lot of screen looking from Cobra right now. It's gonna go bar dependent, does get the bar. Hanging down a Tetris. Cole gets a Tetris, gets a J-Tuck, and is set up again. There's the bar, another Tetris. Approaching the max out here. Cobra's going to have to do it pretty deep into the kill screen. Cole looking for a column 8 into level 29. There's the bar. There's the Tetris. 1,048,000 into transition. Cobra 934 at the same spot. So within 100,000. Cobra trying to get himself acclimated to the speed. Now is setting up. Cole also trying to set up, but can't quite get there. Just takes a triple. Cobra looking to burn this down. Ooh, that bar didn't go all the way left, so he's just going to burn it all the way down. Go for a safer 5-tap. 94,000 point lead for Cole. There's the max out for Cobra. This drops the T, but shouldn't be that big of a deal. It's got the right side open for a double, but needs a bar. Takes a double skim off the top, and now squares are piling up, and that's gonna do it. Look at those squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares all on top of each other. Cole's up 2-0. That was me yesterday. My rolling was bad yesterday. I am amazed I got as far as I did in the silver bracket. I was not playing well. Sometimes you just have those days. We'll go ahead and increment the seed to F1. Gotta go fast. Ouch. What'd you do? Ready from Cobra. Yeah, I figured that. Both players are ready. Let's go ahead and count them down. And we'll start game 3 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Cobra in chat saying my rolling just doesn't work the way it's supposed to right now. What's the over under on Cobra getting a rollover this game? After saying that, I've watched enough Div 1 to know. Fractal's 8th roommate saying Cobra is my second favorite player whose name starts with C. Well, I'm sure Katsuguri would be happy to hear that. Well, this is that saying, first is Colin. Yeah, gaslighting playstyle strikes again. We have a drought here in the early going, though, but Cobra will, or Cole will weather that drought just fine, and Cobra as well. Who knows? Maybe it's Chris Tang. I mean, he's pretty good. He took a win off Logan Paul, right? It's been a year and a half. We can joke about it now. Tetris for Cole. Has that hole down there, but a square would clean it up nicely. And there's a square. Another Tetris. All right, where is this song? Tetris for Cobra, one for Cole as well. One of the nice things that Apple Music has that Spotify doesn't, or if it does, I never found it, is the ability to go in and say that you don't want this song playing past a certain time mark. Which for some of Carl Casey's songs is good because he's got a lot of silence at the end of some of his songs. .327 for Cole, 308 for Cobra. We are in a neck-and-neck game here in game number 3. And also not bad score-wise either, as these players looking to get to that 400k mark at the 100-line turn. Nice T-lift there for Cole. Ooh, double flip. Cobra not in a good spot either, as we are in a drought. Cobra gonna get that triple to bring it down. Cole going to leave that left side to clean up in a bit here. Cobra has taken the lead. Cole just trying to get this down so he can get that hole out of there. That's going to mean a 2 Tetris lead for Cobra right before transition. There's the Vits for Cobra in column 6 from the left side. Certainly a bit of a rare play there. But that's going to allow Cole to catch right back up here. 5,600 point lead right before transition. There's a Tetris for Cobra. Cole will get the same bar. He'll transition as well. It is a 5,000 point game in favor of Cobra as we enter into level 19. Level 20. Cole set up, Cobra set up. Cobra will strike first, followed by Cole. Cole actually has a bit of a pace lead here. Still less than a Tetris, so nothing to write home about. Another Tetris for Cole. Cobra just fighting back. That's a bit of a misdrop for Cole. That's going to cost him quite a bit, I think. Tetris for Cobra, and Cobra is going to take full advantage of this, I think. And he'll bang down another Tetris. Cole's going to get out of it. But he trails by 2 Tetrises now. Well, now just 1 as Cobra having to do some burns. There's a bit of a drought happening. He will score a Tetris on the backside of that, though. Halfway through the level 19 speeds here in Game 3. Cobra in a must-win situation to continue the set. .907 for Cobra. Nice Fitz! Set that thing up. Once he saw the bar coming down. Perfect execution. Still has the lead. It's less than a Tetris in pace, though. Tetris for both players. Max out for Cobra. And another Tetris. He's still got room for 3. But it's gonna have to take some burns there. Oh, nice 5-tap on those S's. He'll go in at 1,114,000. Cole back by 88,000 points. Taking some burns here before the level 29 transition. There's a Tetris. He's gonna have to burn in. Was looking for the right piece to do it. Finally finds it. He's got the Tetris set up. There it is, Tetris for Cole. But it's still a Tetris and a half lead for Cobra here on level 30. Cobra, bang Tetris. Now up by 2.5. Cole getting set up, needs a bar. There it is, Tetris for Cole. Back to 60,000 points we go. Both players clean. Cole set up. Cobra set up. Bang Tetris for Cole. Cobra had to knock it down. Cole's within a Tetris now. Cobra still set up. Is just trying to get this bar. Finally we'll get it. Bang Tetris, 1,283,000. Cole at 1,219,000. Board is climbing. Drought ticker is counting. And Cole is not going to get the bar over. Cobra will take game 3. That level 32 drought, which looked for a little while like it was going to do some damage to Cobra, ultimately ends up taking out Cole instead. It's okay, Tetris players can't count to 4. All right. Well, let's go ahead, up the seed to 0-2. You got and point, yes. We have a ready from Cole. No, I did not stick around for Sunday because I need a day to cool off. Trust me, we'll talk about that in a sec. Game number 4, Cole, still on the verge, but Cobra perhaps looking for a reverse sweep. We'll find out what happens in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, this particular weekend wiped me out. Probably has something to do with, you know, my age. But I got plenty of sleep the night before Genesis, but the night before that, I had a really bizarre sleeping schedule. I went to bed at... I laid down. I didn't go to bed. I was on the couch at like 6 o'clock and woke up at midnight and stayed up for almost the rest of the night and went to work on Thursday. And then Thursday night, I got plenty of sleep. Made it out to the convention, was pretty full of energy, but, you know, I wasn't playing that day. But I ended up doing a lot of commentary, a lot of moving around. Had a pretty good time, and by the time the night was over, I'm like, I need to get home. I am so tired. So I went home, went to bed, got another 8 hours of sleep. But on Saturday, I was playing. So, do my warm-up session during the first qual, so that's like an hour of playing there. I do my qual, that's another hour of playing. At this point, I played more Tetris in that day than I usually do in like a week. Because I can only play for... Usually, I can only play for a little bit of time before my wrists start messing me up and my hands start falling asleep. It's... pretty sure it's RSI. Not from Tetris, but from a lifelong computer job. But it wasn't happening to me on Saturday. Like, Saturday, I was feeling pretty good. And then I get into the silver bracket. My qual sucked, by the way. I had a 600 in quals. That was all I could get. And I was like, okay, I can't play 19 today. To silver I go. But I do pretty good in silver. I get a win over Phoenix, get a win over Arbaro. And then had to play Barrett. And that was the only game the entire tournament No, I did make it in against Duke. But up to that point, it had been the only game in the tournament I made 19. I still got swept by him. And then I played Duke for the third place match and won that one 3-1. So I had probably played like a good 3.5 hours of Tetris that day. And by the time I was done with my match with Duke, I just started realizing how much my entire right arm was like sore. Because I had been playing too much Tetris all weekend. And then I ended up doing some extra commentary. As we got the third place match, we had Dangler and Andy in that match, and that was a fun one. Dangler nearly got a 1.4 into 29 in one of the games. I haven't been talking too much about this match because it's still pretty close. 365 for Cole, 340 for Cobra. Yes and no. The controller still works, but I have to plug it in at a specific angle for it to work. So the connector's bad. So I need to figure out what to do about that. Fortunately, that was my backup controller and not my main controller, so I didn't have anything bad happen with the main controller this time. Yeah, last year at Genesis, I had actually physically broken the PCB just by dropping it maybe a foot onto the ground. I was like, okay. Guess I won't do that again. 459 for Cobra, 426 for Cole. Interesting stack on the right side for Cole. Oh, nice Journey Tetris there, too. You know it's cheeky when the player gives a little bit of a smile there. Another Tetris for Cole. What was also cool is I got to meet Oop for the first time, and I did not know who Oop was. And bro was just like dropping max outs in the DAS qual, dropping max outs in the open qual. I'm like, who the F is this? Where the hell did this guy come from, and why is he so cracked? Well, it's because it's PewDiePie. It was kind of funny. It's like, I don't recognize your name. I don't know if I've ever called any of your matches. He says, like, you've called a ton of my matches on Deathmatch. I'm like, I have? He says, yeah, and PewDiePie. I'm like, oh. He was not at all who I expected. But he was very, very helpful. Ran the bronze brackets over there. Cole with a slight lead, 597 to 614. Players have been doing a great job of allowing me to talk about Genesis, but it's time to talk about their game. Because this one is close. 650 to 643. Cobra looking for a bar here. You have to take some burns, but we'll find the Tetris. It's just a 3,000 point game right now. Very close. Cobra getting high, that left side a little concerning, but does get the bar down the right for the Tetris. We'll get another Tetris there. It's a 1,400 point difference. And there we go, Tetris for Cobra. 40 point difference! Are you kidding me? Cole having to put a hole in the stack in column 8. This could be an opportunity for Cobra to gain a bit of a lead here. And he needs this one to force a decider. Cobra getting some really nice pieces to fill out that board. Cole, though, is the one in a bit of a spot. He has a 1,200 point lead, but a couple of triples and that gets taken away. Cobra bangs down a Tetris. Cole is in trouble. This is a long drought. Finally gets a bar. And trouble no more. In fact, Cole may have the pace lead here. We'll have to see what happens when we get to level 29. He'll get a Tetris there, 931, 995 for Cobra. And Cobra does have the lead, but it is within a Tetris for sure. Another Tetris for both players. Cobra is one away from level 29. He has the max out on 28. And Cole also with the max out. 1,032,000 for Cobra into transition. It gets an immediate Tetris. Cole is in at 1,005,000. And here we go. Cole trying to find a bar. Has to take some burns though. Nice delayed burn there. Cobra in trouble. And Cole not in a great spot either. So there was another drought in there of 30 plus. Tetris for Cole. He's within 65,000. He gets another Tetris, and Cobra hangs a piece on the left. Cole is ready for another Tetris. He takes the lead. And Cobra's board is falling apart. And he's going to hang the bar on the right, and Cole is good. He'll take it in 4, 3-1. With that, Cobra will move into a tie with Fluxe for the first wildcard spot. Cole will move up to a tie for 5th with Critical Lapis. And that's going to do it. 1.2 for Cole. We'll give him the win. GG's. Congratulations. All right, with that, we are done for tonight. Thanks all for joining this evening. Know we had a bit of an early start, but hey, that works well for me. Let's go watch some Norg, shall we? Go say hi to Chaotic Hazel. All right, it's gonna do it for me. Hopefully we'll be back next Sunday as we start to get into the final stretch of Season 32. Till then, thanks for watching. See you, bye.